What's happening, everyone? Welcome back. And if it's your first time here, just plain welcome. So, the Second Amendment Foundation has decided to take advantage of Attorney General Pam Bondi's Second Amendment Task Force. In fact, they asked her to specifically look at 12 states. Will she? All right, so it's not actually the Second Amendment Foundation. It's the Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms, which is like attached. It's part of the Second Amendment Foundation's efforts. But they asked specifically for the Second Amendment Task Force to examine, this is quote here, examine the pattern of egregious Second Amendment violations in the states of California, Colorado, Connecticut, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, and Washington. Yeah, those seem like the normal offenders. We're pretty used to, I'm used to talking about the bullshit these states are trying to foist on gun owners. It seems like a logical place for, the Second Amendment Task Force to start. And the fact that there is a Second Amendment Task Force is a great thing, and asking them to look at these states, logical. The problem is, I don't know if we can actually trust the Second Amendment Task Force to actually do anything with the Second Amendment, and that is because of Pam Bondi. She has been, shall we say, inconsistent on gun issues. On one hand, we, of course, have a Second Amendment Task Force. We have her investigation of the LA County Sheriff's Department on violating civil rights for people trying to get permits. We've gotten her taking a step back with the Department of Justice in reevaluating their approach on a lawsuit challenging the suppressor ban. We have them doing similarly on other Second Amendment cases, taking a step back, looking at how they're going to do these things, and deciding how they're going to go forward. All of this is promising. The problem becomes Pam Bondi also has some issues. One, of course, is the report that we were supposed to get a month ago, right? We should already have it. It should be public by now. It's possible it's sitting on someone's desk. She got it turned in time, but where? Where is it? We're still looking for that, right? I did a whole video about that, and now we're looking for where that is. We're still waiting for it. And if that wasn't enough, there's another incident that was brought to my attention earlier this week. I wrote about it at Bearing Arms, and that involves a set of charges on a gentleman that are kind of troubling. See, he was charged with possessing an illegal short-barrel rifle. SBRs are NFA items. You have to go through the whole NFA thing. They have to be registered to you, and his wasn't. He also has charges for carrying a concealed handgun without a license. Now, these two charges have problems on the surface, but there's a bigger issue at work here. It was for the same gun. It was a CZ Scorpion, which is a kind of a small, personal defense weapon type of pistol caliber pistol. But what had happened was the gentleman put a pistol brace on it. Now, the pistol brace is currently kind of a no-no under existing ATF rules. These are rules that we want the Trump administration and Pam Bondi and the ATF director, Driscoll, who's now running the show, we want them to toss this rule because it's kind of bullshit, right? If somebody wants to turn a gun into an SBR, they can do that without a pistol brace. They can't. You're not stopping criminals. All you're stopping is law-abiding citizens. But this gentleman had put it on there. It is kind of a no-no now, so this gun is an SBR. But they also cite him for carrying a pistol without a concealed carry permit for the same gun. Is it a short barrel rifle or is it a pistol? It can't be both. The gun cannot be two things at once. It cannot be an SBR. It cannot be a pistol at the same time. If it is a pistol, then the charge for carrying a concealed handgun without a license is applicable. If it is a rifle, then having an unregistered SBR is applicable under current rules. Both sets of laws are bullshit, for the record, but with the laws as they are now, assuming that there's no constitutional issues that are brought up and nullify any of these charges, it's one of these two. And this is Bondi's Department of Justice doing this. This could create all kinds of problems, because if my rifles can be described as handguns when it's convenient, and my handguns can be considered rifles or whatever, it can open up a whole can of worms, and that's a problem. And again, this is Bondi. So while the Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms is asking this, I'm not sure how confident I am that Pam Bondi and her Department of Justice will deliver. Yes, there is a Second Amendment task force. So far as I'm aware, none of us have been briefed on the makeup of this. There's a big difference between a massive task force with all the resources they need, bearing down and cracking down on states and municipalities that are infringing on the right to keep and bear arms, versus, say, 3 of the least competent attorneys in the Department of Justice being shuffled off into a broom closet. I don't know if either is the case. That's the thing. I don't know. But the fact that we have this inconsistency with Bondi, I can't legitimately say it's one or the other. If the report had been turned in and we weren't seeing this charge that got dropped on this guy over a gun that's 2 things at once, I could probably say, yeah, it's the Second Amendment Task Force is going to be a good thing. If we didn't have the positive stuff, I could look at it and go, it's a joke, right? I can't say one way or the other, and that's probably more infuriating, because I would know what to tell lawmakers. I would know what to petition my senators, who will ignore everything I tell them, but I would at least know what to say to them, right? I could go to lawmakers. I could say, hey, this is something you need to look at and maybe get somewhere. But I honest to God, don't know what the hell's going on. And that is so frustrating. It shouldn't be the case. So since I'm so freaking confused, I want to know what you think. Do you think that, I'm right, that Bondi is, not going to deliver? I know past comments about her have not been the most happy campers out there. Does that hold true here? Or are you on the other side of the fence? You think that Bondi's going to ultimately deliver? And, I'm paranoid over nothing. Go down in the comments. Let me know what you think, if it's either of those things or something in between. While you're down there, do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that notification bell so you can be alerted whenever I got a new video out. Every little bit helps. If you want to support the channel in some other way, there is a coffee link down below. That little bit helps me, justify making these videos, taking time away from my family. So it'd be a big help if you do that. But if not, hey, I understand. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. If you are going to be at the NRA annual meeting this next weekend in Atlanta, Georgia, I will be at the Bearing Arms booth. Come on by, say hi. If you see me walking around, stop me, say hi there too. I'd love to hear from you. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up, and I will see you all in the next video.